3 years. 3 years on the road. Can you believe it? I know we can't. This is what we've learned along the way, and some of the problems and the excitements that we've had. Goodbye, Texas. Hello, Oklahoma. Subscribe button's right down there. The red one that says subscribe. Click that, hit the bell, give us a like. Hey guys, if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe now and join us on our journey. We'd love to have you along. Well, let me start off by saying we just left Lake Texoma in Texas. Another interesting one about Lake Texoma in Texas, that's where I made my very first YouTube video. That's where I started the channel and set everything up. And we were in the exact same spot that I actually made my first video in when we were there. I didn't really get any video of it. I was busy. But just thought you guys would like to know. So not only is this 3 years on the road, but we were just at where I started this channel. So 3 years on the road, what have we got? Well, I mean, if you guys have seen the first video, tells you all about all that. So I'm not going to go into all that. I'll link it up here. You can check that out. Besides that, this is what we did. We started in Washington, went down to California, Las Vegas, back up to Washington just to sell off the rest of our stuff. Then we jumped over to Spokane, into Montana, Yellowstone, down into Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, did Roswell, that was a blast, into Texas, and over down to the beach where we've been a few times at Surfside Beach. You guys have seen those in a few episodes. Then we decided from there, go over to Louisiana. We did Florida for Christmas and Thanksgiving, up to North Carolina, and that's when the coronavirus, COVID, and everything happened. So we left there and went back across, and we lost our Jeep. Went back across into California, southern, because it was getting into winter time. Back up the coast into Washington. We worked, got the car, then came back down California again, back over to Texas where we have been at, and right now we are sitting in Oklahoma City. We're actually at a Walmart here in Oklahoma City, right down the road from the Six Flags, because the boys are at Oklahoma enjoying Six Flags. That's a good one. Now our plans have changed yet again, because we were gonna go from here up into Missouri and St. Louis and all that, and do the Six Flags there for them, and go up into Louisiana or Illinois and do the Six Flags there, and then up into Milwaukee area in Wisconsin. But now I've got more work coming my way, so we're actually going to shoot from here over to Tennessee, and we'll do both the 1,000 trails there in Tennessee before we make our way up into Indiana, or through Kentucky into Indiana, into Illinois, and back up into Milwaukee, where I still have more work that I've got to go do up there. So after all that, then we'll drop down into Illinois again, go over and go into Michigan. We're still going to go see my buddy Kendo over in Detroit, Michigan for 4th of July. And you guys seen him down at Surfside Beach when he came down and spent with us this last time there. And I did my amazing death jump. Then we are going to go from there over to Maine and check out that area. Then come back to New York, meet my mom and my dad over in New York, do some more RVing with them like we did over in Yellowstone for a minute, check out Niagara Falls and everything, and do the northeast corner before we head back down to Florida, where we're actually going to try something different this year around. And I think me and Ape are both going to try work camp. So we're going to go ahead and try to do the work camping down there. But yeah, that's what it's been like 3 years. Now, what have we learned? Tires of what I've learned. Holy cow, have we blown a lot of tires, guys. Working on the road, that was another one that we've had to have hurdles. Each time we head out, we get better at it, I'll tell you. We are so much better than when we first started and didn't know nothing. I mean, everybody will be. We are not blowing tires left and right like we did, because we check them all the time, got the right compressor to be able to air it up. I check the tires every time before we drive. We're not blowing tires all the time. We've got the car thing figured out with the Kia and the Dolly and the best route to go with that, because we tried trailers and pulling a car with the quad. We've tried flat towing. We've had about 4 different cars in 3 years since this went good. And I'll tell you, transmissions. Yeah, if you're gonna start this lifestyle, do anything that you're gonna do in any kind of maintenance that you have somebody else do in a Nationwide, because that was a kicker and another big chunk of cash out of the pocket to get the transmission fixed in this thing now twice. But now we have an AAMCO transmission, so it's nationwide warranty. That's a good one for us to have. We're excited about that. But we've actually able to stay, this time around, we're staying pretty steady. We're not real struggling or going down in cash like we have in previous, where we've went and made more money and waited and done things. We figured out how to stay good and afloat. We're paying our bills in advance. That's a huge one. That first year, it was killing us, hitting the road, not knowing what to do for work. It actually took us, we went all the way down to California, back over to Montana, Yellowstone and all that, down to Texas, before I even considered and thought about day labor. Now that I do that, we've managed to just stay afloat. I really don't work too horribly much, guys, because like I said, we paid internet bills, car insurance, RV insurance, Netflix, Hulu, our Prime. We have paid everything, my phone bill. We have paid all that for a whole year in advance again. So really, we have gas and food. So it is so much easier and so much more affordable to live like that, where we're not worrying about paying all these bills, paying all this, and hitting the road. We're actually planning on paying off our 1,000 trails completely within this year. So we don't even have that bill to worry about, because we still pay like $160 a month for the 1,000 trails on our thing. We did just buy the trails collection. And we're thinking about buying my mom the add-on with the elite membership. You can buy the add-on for your family member, as long as it's kids, grandkids, grandparents, etc. You can buy them a pass, and they can stay in the park with you in an RV of their own when she comes over. There's all sorts of things like that. We've learned a lot. We do our RPI campgrounds. We haven't done too many of them, but we do have RPI. There's a lot of things to figure out and learn in this, but it's all worth it. You guys, 3 years and I'm still loving it. 3 years and April's still loving it. 3 years, the kids are still, I think the kids like it more this time around than anything else, because this time around, like I said, we figured out how the working and money situation all works, how we're not going to struggle and pay bills, how we're not going to, because we paid them all in advance when we're working and making decent money in Washington. So now they have their Six Flags memberships, what you're paid for the year, and they have lunches, they have dinners at those, they have snacks that they get every time when they go. They get 2 skip-a lines, and they're everywhere. So we're making our routes along the way to go do those. So the kids are actually enjoying themselves, I think, a lot more this time around. Yeah, like I said, right now we are actually just hanging out in a Walmart parking lot, letting the kids do the Six Flag thing until we leave here. We'll probably boondock at a Cracker Barrel overnight, and then we'll let them Six Flags tomorrow. It'll be a Saturday on the 1st, because that's when this video is out, right? So yeah, we'll do that and they'll take off from there. And we're heading to Tennessee, because I got more preschools to go work at. The guy who I work for here in Texas did some day labor. He got a hold of me a while back. He was doing a few other schools in the Dallas area, and I went and worked for him. He likes my work ethic. Of course, everybody likes my work ethic, guys. I'm there on time. I'm there to do a job, and I'm gonna do it. I don't care who you are, you're happy with me by the time I'm done. You'll ask anybody I work for, you're happy with my job by the time I'm done. And so is he. Well, he travels all over the place and does these schools. And he just called me. I've only been apart from him for 2.5 weeks. And he called me and said, I don't know where you are, what you're doing, because I told him I was gonna be in the Northeast. He said, I got 2 in Tennessee. I said, okay, one's by Memphis, one's by Nashville. We can do that. He's giving me a flat rate to go do it, and it's gonna pay out pretty good for us this time. And then after that, we were already heading up to Wisconsin. He said, I don't know where you're going after that, but I've got 2 in Wisconsin. So he's got 4 weeks worth of work, and he's gonna put us to it. So not only me, but the boys as well. So the boys will have some extra spending cash, which is always a nice one. Yeah, so 3 years on the road. It's been stressful. It's been fun. It's been exciting. I love it. I would recommend it. There is a lot of learning that comes with it, but there is with anything. Is there stress? Is there hardship? Is there? Yes, of course there is. Is there fun? Is there excitement? Is there life? Do you feel like you're living? Do you feel like you're doing what you can? And are you spending time with your family and experience things? Absolutely, and that makes it worthwhile, guys. So I love the time that I get to spend with my wife. I llove the time that I get to spend with my kids. That makes everything completely worth it. And this is something I've always wanted to do. And I'm doing it. And I truly love it. So 3 years on the road, we got 3 more in us? You bet we do. At least I do. Isaiah will be 18 next year. Killian's got a couple years. We'll see what happens there. But I don't see myself stopping. April says the same thing. She's doing fantastic after her surgery and everything else. So we are just loving life right now. Everything's good. It's 80 degrees here in Oklahoma today. Feels great. And we're ready to head north. Love Texas. I'll miss Texas, but we are so ready to get some more on. We haven't stayed in one state besides Washington and California, which wasn't planned because of the transmission, but we haven't ever stayed in one place so long as we do Texas, and it's been good to us again. Had a great time, and we will be back. But I am ready. I'm ready to put a new sticker on the side of that RV. It has been a year since we've been able to put a sticker on that. I'm ready, ready, ready. Our first one will be Kentucky, right after we leave Tennessee. All right, guys, this is Sagan with U-Turn Permitted. Just wanted to take a time and tell you guys that we are celebrating, as of May 1st, 3 years. We've lived in this thing for over 3 years because we were stationary at my mom's, then we were going back and forth between the Thousand Trails in Washington. So we've been in it over 3 years, but as of May 1st, 3 years ago, was the day we left Skagit County in Washington and headed south. So it's been 3 years on the road, and it's been 3 great years, 3 amazing years, and 3 years of figuring everything out and struggles, but well worth it. All right, guys, this is Sagan with U-Turn Permitted. Have a good one. We'll see you next time up the road here in Tennessee, maybe. It's not even that hot. You're in the shade. It's not even that hot. No, you want to go to the wig, but it's not even that hot. Arthur, you say everything's hot. The air conditioner could be on and it's hot. Alistair, you're about the same. And Lou? She loves it. She just loves it. That's fine, she says.